Welcome to Understanding Conscious Cryptids with me, Khat Hansen. I am bringing you this show in an attempt to educate you about the forgotten creatures and beings that exist alongside of us on this amazing planet that we call home. Many of these hidden beings are elusive and highly intelligent. Our ancient ancestors of North and South America knew of and understood these beings quite well. Many people are coming into contact with these elusive creatures, and they do not have any knowledge or understanding of what it is they are seeing and interacting with. This oftentimes leaves these individuals fearful and confused. It's my intention to shed some light and share knowledge through this series. I'm going to help alleviate that fear and confusion. It is time for the light to shine through the darkness. If you are interested in sharing your encounter, contact me directly at khathansen@yahoo.com, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Hi everyone, welcome to Understanding Conscious Cryptids with me, Khat. How is everyone today? Today's lesson is going to be about interdimensional creatures, or extra-dimensional creatures, whatever you want to call them. These beings are believed, to be extraordinary, magical beings from outside the universe. To me, I just want everyone to know that these beings are beyond the reality of our universe, and that they seem not to be normal at times, to us. They're just so far beyond our explanation, and it seems like it's beyond our imagination and our understanding, and we give them more power than they really should have. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today, because I notice that people who contact me oftentimes talk about giving their power over to these guys, which, well, I'm going to get into that, okay? So I've been doing research for a long time, okay? And y'all know that. It's been a long, strange journey for this elite chief, okay? So all these gods, that everybody has, all the Hindu gods, the Christian gods, the Mormon gods, all these different things, these gods do exist, but not as God per se, okay? They exist as extra-dimensional beings, okay? These guys all live in parallel universes, alternate dimensions, whatever you want to call them. They exist as their universe exists, as a parallel line to our universe, okay? So these two lines tend to run like in a parallel manner, side by side, but in some situations, they're going to cross and they're going to intersect, okay? And I noticed that when that happens, that's like when issues abound. These extra dimensionals, and that's what I do call them. I call them extra dimensionals, okay, are special. These creatures, they exist in a different frequency range, and I know many of you have seen my pictures, and you've seen the pictures, and you guys are like, what the heck, Khat? What is that, And it's from a different frequency range. Our own brain receptors have been tuned to a certain frequency, and that's the way that it is here on this planet. It's a frequency, of sound and light and vibration. That's just the way it is. If you live on this planet, you've evolved, and you were designed to pick up this frequency in which these, those creatures exist, and it's invisible, okay, and it's beyond our perception. Now, I'm going to put a link down here in the comments, because there's been a bunch of scientists that have come out saying that there are invisible creatures around us living in our space beyond our perception, okay? So it's not just me talking about this, okay? I'm talking about scientists that are actually, credentialed, so to speak, that are talking about this, okay? It's the same with the radio waves. If we can hear them only if we turn on our radio, receivers, but we can't hear them with our ears. But from time to time, in certain situations, these barriers, which split our worlds and our frequencies apart, become unstable. So these creatures from parallel universes, parallel worlds, are able to shift between the two realities. Okay? And this is what I've been talking about. These guys are shifting more and more into our reality. So we're seeing them more and more, and you're having more and more reports. And these are the cryptids that I've been talking about and trying to let you guys know about, okay? These guys influence human energy, okay? And they show and represent, the religious rituals that a lot of the religions with many pantheons of gods perform, okay? In these rituals, the creatures from the alternate dimensions are given the ability to enter our realm, okay? And they influence the world around us in certain ways. And by that I mean, they walk among us, they attack animals among us, they stalk us, just strange things, okay? And once that doorway is opened, they seem to have that ability that I've spoken about to find the pathway back even more easily than they had the first time, okay? I've told many of you that once you connect with a Sasquatch, I don't care if you make eye contact with them, voice contact with them, whatever, as long as they're happy and they've made that contact with you, they'll find you no matter where you go, no matter who you're with, no matter how far away, they're gonna find you. And I've never been able to completely explain it, but it's got to do with the fact that when they evolved, they have a part of their brain that has evolved to where they can do this, and we used to have this, but we don't anymore. It's devolved in us, okay? The frequencies for gaining access to our realms, these guys just love to use them. It's like a straight line between 2 points, okay? It's like handing them the master key. Like I said, these guys are coming through to our realm more and more and more. Every day I encounter them, and the veil that I always talk about, the veil between worlds, it's going to be completely removed soon. And pretty soon, like I say, everyone's going to end up encountering and seeing what I do, because there's not going to be any stopping this. These guys are here, and they make themselves known to me. See, this is where I think they're sneaky sometimes, okay? Because they come through another dimension, okay? They're coming through into our dimension, and when they come through, like I said, they're able to use that pathway back. So even if you're not wanting them to find you, or to use the ability to enter back into the vibration that's here on this earth, this realm, too bad. They've already used it. They're like those guys that run around swiping your information on those little cards, you know, that walk up behind you and zap you and take it, and then you're screwed. Well, that's what they do here. You know, they come and they take what they want, and then they do what they want, and they tell people what they want so that people believe them, and then they allow them more and more access into their lives, and then they bring other people into their lives, and then it just keeps snowballing from there until pretty soon we've got people worshiping dogmen, we've got people worshiping you know, just strange beings from all over the different interdimensional portals. And that's the word I'm going to use here, portals, okay? Because that's what they are. They're magnetic doorways that are opening in the earth and allowing these guys back in. Now, I've said on many radio shows that you guys have heard where I talk about people calling up things and then not knowing what to do with them. Well, they're opening the dimensional portals, doorways. They're bringing them through, and they're like, okay, here, just go wander around, and oh yeah, by the way, I forgot, you're stuck here. You know, and that's exactly what's happening. Well, now, these beings, some of them, you know, are not nice, and they come through, and they've been brought through, and they're like, oh really, you've just given me free reign? Okay, well, I'm going to run amok. You remember amok on the Hocus Pocus? That's what they're doing. They're going crazy around here, and there's no stopping them, you know, until you call someone who knows how to put them away and send them back. Which really sucks, because there's not that many of us, and it gets tiresome, you know. So I try to tell people, if you're going to open the portals, please be smart, be aware of what you're doing, and send them back through. Don't give these beings any more power than they already have, because this is a giant school, okay? And you're giving all these kids coming through power over you. You know, don't do that. You're humans. Take your power back. Be yourself. Stand up on this planet and say, you know what? This is my planet, and you're here in my school. You know, and stop doing what you're doing. And yes, it is that simple. Okay, that being said, I know I sound like the crazy lady again, giving advice about the beings that are coming through, but some of these guys, as I've said, are not that nice. So, be aware, stand up for yourself, don't let them bully you, and tell them that you're taking your power back. So, that's it for today's lesson. If you like what we talked about, please hit the like and subscribe button. I want to tell everyone thank you for being a patron of my Patreon. I really appreciate that. And I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'm more than happy to help anybody I can. I'm extending the hand. Thanks everyone. Have a great day.